So today is March 5th, 2018, and it's been another week. Where am I this week? Well, this past week has been a bit of a blur. I know I had some homework that was due, and then I had an exam on Thursday. It was a midterm exam, so that's been what I was focused on this past week. The I think I did okay. I'm trying to get an A in that class because I'm doing well. I'm still doing well, and I had that one little slip up, but I think I have everything under control again for now. Knock on whatever I have handy. But I wound up on that day waking up really early and couldn't really go back to sleep. And if I had, I probably would have ended up really tired. So I decided to just go ahead and go get breakfast, and with the new laptop that I've got, I was able to, after that, go in and still continue to study, and I think that made a really big difference to me because I learned some last minute stuff that was actually really important for one of those questions. And it's one of those things I knew I needed to learn but just couldn't get to stick until kind of the last minute. This week is spring break, actually. I've been so obsessed with just whatever I can do that I hadn't been thinking about it. Yeah, I'm sitting on my bouncy ball. Of course I am. That's why I'm a little bit bouncy. But this week is spring break. So spring break is giving me an opportunity to do a lot of things I've been meaning to do that I felt like I never had time to do. So what's my excuse now? So I'm practicing some of my domestic skills, especially cooking, but I've done a little bit of cleaning because it needs to be done. I spent a lot of money last week on food, and I got 2 steaks, although they're quite a bit cheaper at Logan's than they were at Outback Steakhouse, but still, it's not cheap. So I can't eat like that all the time, even though I would totally be so successful all the time if I just had steak every night or, balanced meals or something. So I am trying my best to cook and keep my expenses down and to clean, especially so that I don't feel quite so unhealthy. I won't get sickly, and it'll also be good for my psychology and my psyche to just have an organized room, even if it's not really completely organized, just better than it is, and everything else that also needs cleaning. But that's not the only thing I'm doing. I also have internships, and I'm gonna see my career counselor tomorrow. So I've got my mind on thinking ahead to, trying to make sure I have some summer employment that's relevant so that I can do something, anything, so that I can get that critical experience that I need. I'm also, I can study some of the WinPro a little bit, but I also have a project I need to work on. And my project it's for my heat transfer class. I'm probably going to work with natural convection. I was on the fence about 2 different topics, and one of them I was kind of like, yeah, natural convection, that seems like it was a topic we covered on Wednesday, I think, and I just felt like it kind of sort of made sense. It looked like it wasn't too challenging, new, so it's got some challenge to it, but he said it would be appropriate even for the graduate level, so I said, alright, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Because the other thing I'd been thinking about when I was trying to ask about it, I realized as I'm trying to ask about it, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't understand this well enough to do a project on it. I thought I did. I probably could wing it, but it's not an A level of understanding. I'm sure I would learn a lot trying to do it, so I may go back and do it on my own. but it's not something I want to do for class because it's not something I know well enough to really succeed with it. But just the experience of putting it into words kind of made me realize maybe I need to do that more often. So that's a lesson I got this past week. I also need to use this opportunity to continue to work on projects and other stuff that I've been working on just because I've been meaning to do it. I want to do it. So I'm doing it. No more excuses for me for now. Because there's nothing for me to do over this break. Except, the stuff I set for myself. And I'm trying to cut back on the time that I waste. I know I get on Facebook and I get on Flash games, and I have a little bit of fun with them. They're kind of a time to give my brain a rest, or to have it flip other things over while I'm kind of thinking about things, but it's not how I want to spend my whole life. I don't want to spend my whole life playing Flash games and just tick, tick, tick. That's not how I want to live. I want to do stuff, which is why I'm working on projects a little bit more. It occurred to me recently that I used to constantly ask myself, will I care? Will I care that I did this? Is it important? Some of the stuff I do care, and some of the stuff I don't. Like, looking back, some of my defining experiences were playing video games like StarCraft. But that's skill building, it's part of a community, I get to interact with people, and it gives me things to talk about, so it's a connection to culture. It's not just a game. Other things that I've done, some of it I don't care quite so much about, so I'm trying to make sure that I prioritize the things that I'm actually going to care about, and don't let myself get caught up doing things that don't matter. Like right now, I'm still enjoying World of Warships, and it's helping me connect a little bit better with boats and a little bit with history. But at the same time, it's a game, and I don't want to overemphasize that when I have internships I need to apply for, and I have study I need to do, and I'm just trying to be responsible. So that has been my last week and what I'm planning to do this week. Now, it's anybody's guess whether I'm actually going to do it or not, but I'm going to try to do my best to be responsible. I've got a lot of stress on me a little bit, but a lot of it's just come off because I do have that new computer, so I don't have to worry about everything all the time anymore. And yeah, life is not terrible right now.